What's up, everybody? How we doing today? Feeling good?
Hell yeah!
Do you guys think you can bring more energy than the crowd last night? That's what I want to know.
Oh yeah! Woo!
Oh, it was pretty good. It's really good. So I have faith in y'all.
But yeah, we're going to start off this meet and greet by doing a little Q&A with you guys. So any questions you have, we're essentially an open book, so don't be afraid to ask. Just throw your hand up and we'll call on you and answer some questions. Hell yeah, love that video, by the way.
Thank you. I got it online.
Love it.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No.
I mean,
No.
think about this.
I would consider it more of a taco situation.
Interesting. I'm going to go with Dylan. I kind of like that
Is
answer.
there a Venn diagram in which this?
I would think so. Yeah. I do.
I just eat them. I don't know.
It's a good opening question.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
No. It's gazpacho. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
It still wouldn't be.
I'm gonna go with yeah.
Why wouldn't it be a soup though? Because it's got like a broth essentially.
Well, it's not, but it's not actually a broth. It's milk.
It's a roux. It's a roux.
Cow soup.
So here's my argument for multiple reasons. So you eat a lot of things in a bowl with a spoon, and though like pudding's not soup. Soup typically involves many ingredients, not just two ingredients, and it would have to be a broth in which milk is on its own.
The
not a
cereal
broth.
is made with multiple ingredients.
You really got to stink.
Yeah, it's cereal.
What about
You don't have the
lemon
authority
curd,
to speak on
marshmallows,
this.
and cereal?
I'm sorry?
You have the authority to define soup up here.
You have no idea about my past.
Anyways, next question.
Yeah, we're man. Yeah, good question.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that worked well with the process of writing with trauma that we were like, well, let's bring that worked, let's bring that over, and the only really big difference was that we had 2 years to really work on this record, so we were able to try new things like go really out into left field with like songs like Self-Destruction, like the outro being as out there as it is, and live with these ideas for 3-4 months and really live with the idea and see if this really fit, really worked well, you know. But yeah, we took a lot of the same processes.
Amen.
My question is for you, Ryan. When your voice used to hurt, how did you handle it or recover from it?
I think honestly, so I had the surgery in 2017, which put me through a pretty dark time, to be honest. Like, I pretty much took a year off from singing and just kind of tried to recollect myself and even get myself just my mindset to tell myself, like, hey, you can do this again. But I think, well, you know, we're on the road now, just trying to do everything I can, whether it's like right now I'm drinking warm water, I have, I get IVs sometimes, would help me stay hydrated, and then having a vocal coach, I think, is a big thing too, which, you know, not only for the mental, where he can kind of get me through certain, because, you know, I think one thing we realize as singers too is not every day you're going to be perfect. It's like a kicker in the NFL. You're not going to kick, you know, every single field goal good, but you just got to go out and try to give your best, and I think that's something I've definitely tried to apply, especially to this tour, which I honestly have had the most fun I've ever had on the road over this last tour. So I think for me, it's just trying to stay consistent and kind of just keep that regimen and, you know, just power through, and definitely rely on my guys, Eric and Dylan too. I think all three of us kind of, you know, rely on each other when one of us is feeling down, maybe our voice is kind of, you know, sore or whatnot. Another guy will maybe pick up some parts and stuff. So props to these two too for taking over for me when I did have my injury, but I'm definitely glad to be back, and we're feeling good. I'm ready for tonight.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Thanks,
Hell
bro.
yeah.
Thanks, bro.
Absolutely, brother.
Outside of the States, where's your favorite venue to play?
That's good.
I would probably say, so I don't know the exact venue name, but we played a festival called Rock am Ring in Germany, and that was absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Probably the most fun festival I'd say we ever played.
Yeah, I'd say that one. Rock am Ring, the part of the it was I forget what racetrack it is, but yeah, it's just awesome.
Yeah, didn't we like drive? Didn't they like drive us through it?
Yep. It was fun to try. It was pretty cool.
I really enjoy playing Perth, Australia. Something about being like the absolute possible farthest way from home. It's just such a beautiful place. And the fans go crazy there.
Long flight.
Long flight.
I think we're about to play the O2 in London in March, so we haven't played it yet, but that will be on the list shortly.
How do you know already?
I just know.
It's a feeling.
Intuition.
Oh, what's up? Yeah, I really like playing Germany too. I don't have a super unique answer here. Sorry.
From Boise? Like 2 nights ago? Yeah.
Yeah, we just played
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, our memory does go back that far. Yeah.
Yours does.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah. Well, hell yeah, well, welcome back.
That ring caused some arguments for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We had to fight in there just like wrestlers.
What's a couple of your personal favorite songs that you like to play live?
Good question. For me, I'd probably say Breaking Down and Bow Down are two for me off the last record. I don't want to spoil too much from what we're going to play tonight off the new record, so I'll go with those 2 songs off the last record. Both mean a lot to me.
Bow Down or Self-Destruction? With that.
Lately, I've really been enjoying Body Bag. It's one of the more challenging songs for us to do. Something about like when you nail it, like, yeah, let's go. We got it.
Probably There's Fear in Letting Go off the new record.
I really like playing Gasoline.
Gasoline.
Yes. Video game. Yeah. Play a lot of Doom. I like Doom a lot.
Nick Gordon's
Yeah, you guys do? Yeah. Yeah, Nick
Really?
Gordon's a fucking monster. So
Get to meet that
sick.
dude.
Yeah. Anyone else? Yes.
You guys like playing the Hungry Old Festival?
Were you there? Oh,
I was there
couldn't
on
tell.
Saturday.
Were you? Oh, no.
It's fine.
Well, we won't revel in it too much, but it was awesome. It was really cool to watch some of the bands. I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm breaking her heart over here.
I went to see you at Blue Ridge and you overlapped with Tenacious D, and I was like, Tenacious D is once a lifetime. And then I
Oh,
was
I
like,
get
all right,
it.
I'll go see them at when we were young. And it's like, just kidding, it's windy. And I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucked. Some of the stages got tore up and shit. It was not fun.
We're done with weather on this tour, I'll tell you that, because we had to cancel 2 shows because of the hurricane in Florida. And then we had to cancel a show in New York because of wind, because we were on a
We were
rooftop
on a
venue.
roof on a pier in October.
I
That's
don't know
not
why
a
they
good
put
idea in
that
the
together.
first place.
So hopefully, I think the rest of the shows are inside, thank God. But
Yeah.
I'm sorry you missed that. We'll definitely give you a hell of a show tonight,
well,
though.
it's okay. I impulse bought these at 3 a.m. when I should have been doing my job. So
Sick.
Fuck
Sick
yeah.
respect.
work harder, not smarter.
But-
Smarter.
But when we were young, it was awesome. I got to watch My Chem both nights, and that's one of my favorite bands, so that was really fucking cool. Yeah. Yes.
You guys ever see yourself running to
North Dakota. I think we played. Did we not play a show? We had an off day there, I think. A long.
I think we played
We'll be there.
South.
I would love to come back.
Probably North Dakota. I think North Dakota for sure. What's the city? Is it Bismarck or what's the best city to play? What was the other
I
one?
don't know. Bismarck or Minot.
Okay.
I don't live in either of those, but
Oh,
I think we were in Bismarck, like on our second tour or something like that.
we played there before.
I was
for
gonna
sure.
say.
Is that in, like,
We'll have to
the-
come back. It's been way too long. We'll have to go
Yeah,
back.
it's fun too to get to markets. I feel like that just don't get a ton of concerts and stuff too, because people are just so grateful that you showed up and they go so hard. So maybe one of these days we'll have to do a tour that hits all the markets that kind of don't get as much love as the big ones.
Yes.
Everything.
It's awesome just walking out there and just seeing the crowd just climbing up the mountain. It's just beautiful. It was a beautiful venue to play. It was awesome.
It was so cool too because the one time we headlined it, we actually got a piece of the rock after, like all 5 of us got a piece of the rock after, so we all have it like put at our different places in our houses and stuff. But it was just so beautiful, and even when Gabe talks about it sometimes, Gabe started like crying during Bow Down.
It's an emotional song, though. It's one of those that's a tearjerker.
But I
No,
mean,
there's like an unspoken magic there. You
Yeah.
know, like you walk out, and I think you guys in the crowd feel that magic too. So it's like, I feel like we're all just sharing the same moment. It's just a really special place.
hopefully we get to come back soon.
Yeah.
Just in the summertime when it's not cold and windy.
Yeah.
Don't want to be canceling.
No more cancel shows. Yes. There's always a hill to climb. You can always get higher. You can always keep hustling. So, no, I don't know. I don't think we've made.
Yeah, it's one of those weird things. I guess you could technically say, like, I guess one version of made it is if you would have told us back in 2014 when we were all just working day-to-day jobs and just praying, you know, that this could somehow work out and we would be able to play venues like this for a living. I guess in that term you could say, like, we made it for sure, but I think like Eric said, we're always just trying to strive to be better and bigger and be able to just kind of make the rock and metal genre grow and be able to bring it back to life. Like a funny story I like to tell is when we got nominated for the Grammy a couple of years ago for the Rock Album of the Year. It was funny because, you know, we all figured in the beginning, like, oh, this will probably get like aired on TV or whatever, and then we get told like a couple days before, oh, they only aired like the rock categories at like 2 p.m. during the pre-show. So I remember like us and Bringing the Horizon, we're just looking across from each other like, all right, we're gonna have to try to just continue to make this genre bigger and better. So we definitely, I think that's another thing too. We just want to make rock and metal, you know, I don't want to call it mainstream, but bring it back into that light where, you know, I feel like hip hop and pop and so many things have kind of progressed so much where they've kind of taken over, where it would be really cool to see, you know, this genre get back in the limelight a little bit. Anybody else? Yeah. I mean, for a long time it was Red Rocks, funny enough. I'm trying to think if there's any, I'll say Little Caesars Arena in Detroit, which is like where the Pistons and the Red Wings play. I think that's kind of a dream for all of us. We actually were supposed to play it on the Papa Roach Five Finger Tour, but it got canceled because of COVID. So hopefully one day we can get to go there, because I know all of us are big sports fans and go to that arena a bunch. So that would definitely be a bucket list one for me.
I think Madison Square Garden too is a big one too. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I'd say that. I'll say that. Just to say we played it. All right.
Who's a metal artist that you haven't played with that you like be open to playing with?
Another artist? Is that what you said?
Metal artist.
A metal artist?
This question was made for Eric.
Oh man, that's so tough. Spite? Have you heard of Spite?
I've not.
Oh, it's a up-and-coming metal band. I fucking love those dudes. I would love to do a tour with them. But I think just overall metal would be sick to do like Metallica.
Fuck yeah.
Open for Metallica. That'd be like it's like OG metal band right there. One of the four Thrash Kings, right?
I think it'd be fun to do a tour with Baby Metal. I think it'll be a fun one. It's just an interesting show to watch night out.
One that I would love to play with would be Korn. I think getting to do a show with them would be like the coolest, because we definitely take some inspiration from them.
Eric's introduced me to the whole like Lorna Shore phenomenon. I don't know if you follow them, but they're sick and crazy. I think that'd be an awesome dynamic to have at a show.
Yeah.
I'd love to, excuse me. I'd love to play with like Periphery or something like that, like kind of weirder, proggy metal. It's super fun.
And the obvious one too is Slipknot. Slipknot would be.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Who knows? Let's go. Yeah, you first, and I'll go to you. Yes.
So every band always says that they love playing in Denver because we're the best crowd.
I mean, so we always consider you guys a second home. Well, we always consider you guys a second home, a home away from home, because when we started off, we got immediate, a lot of love from KVPI, and just it just felt like when we came to play shows, our first couple shows here, it was almost as crazy as our hometown shows. So just love coming back here. We honestly mean it when, you know, we try not to say it, but a few times on the tour. But last night was one of the craziest shows of the whole tour, and I don't expect anything different from tonight. I just, you know, every time we come here, we know it's going to be a fucking rager.
I think too, like Eric said, like it does date back to our first ever radio interview was here, and that was before we even had like a label or management. Like KBPI hit us up and they were like, we see your EP and your cover kind of popping off. Like, we really like what you guys are doing. So I think we felt the love right out the bat. And then we played like the KBPI car show, I remember. And then obviously we done Higher Elevation and so many shows here that I really do feel like Denver's our second home. Who knows? Maybe at some point, if I ever move, this would be the spot because we all just love it here so much. But yes, the crowds go crazy. Crazy.
Yeah, there's over here. Yep. I know a lot of us all of us loved Linkin Park growing up, and that was a band that we all grew up listening to. For me, a lot of like Slipknot and I'd say those two are probably Metallica got me really into like metal, and then Linkin Park is I think where I got my first taste of wanting to be in like a band.
Yeah, for me, I think like when I was in middle school, I remember I was a kid who listened to a lot of hip hop and like pop and never really got into rock and metal until it was like 7th or 8th grade, and I'll never forget my buddy showed me Under Oath and I was like, what is this? This is so cool. And then I started listening to Seyo Sin and a bunch of bands kind of in that realm, and I think a lot of those had a big influence on getting me to kind of be into this genre and want to be in a band like this.
Okay, this time we got time for 2 more.
Yep.
So if you're saying Denver's kind of like your second home, I didn't know if you would ask me.
Nope, not at all. Not fucking chance in hell.
Oh,
I'm actually rooting for him this season.
Yeah, I'll say yeah. Okay.
Well, no, listen,
I'm a fan.
Doesn't
Hey,
even know what
he doesn't like sports. So
doesn't know what you're talking about.
Now, our manager has said, though, that apparently every year the Avs have won the Stanley Cup. The Red Wings win the year
last
after.
year.
So we're looking pretty good this year.
We're 6-3-2, and honestly, like I'm cool with the Avs this season. I have the whole first line on my fantasy team, so y'all can kill it till the end of the season, and then
Kenley, no.
Yeah, but it's good to see you guys hang a banner. If you guys want help, we've done it 11 times. We can show you how to do it.
I just want the rivalry to come back too. I feel like hockey's kind of missing the good old Gary Bettman freaking.
The Pens Red Wings rivalry was good, right?
That was great. It was great. I miss those days. So hopefully, I will say too. Fun fact: Darren McCarty likes the band, so don't talk too much shit, or I'll have to bring him. I'll have to bring him to a show.
Like a turtle.
Then we got time for one more.
So you guys mentioned having Linkin Park influence you. I already knew that, but I've been seeing your set list lately. Haven't seen Visceral on there. That song reminds me a lot of old school Linkin Park. Any chance you guys play Visceral?
We I don't think we got that ready to go yet, but
That's but
Eric's giving us the look because he wanted to play it so bad on this tour.
Yeah.
That's the hardest thing when you're deciding a set list.
We won't judge him, man.
Well, it's the hardest thing deciding a set list because, back in the day when we only had the EP, it was like, well, these are the only songs we have. We have to play all these. And now our discography's 40 songs. You're like, you want to mix a little from the new album and then some from, the past and whatnot. But it might not be on this time, but I promise next time we come back, I don't think Eric will allow us not to
Absolutely
play it.
not. It's getting on the set list.
Appreciate you, bro. All right, so the next phase of the meet and greet is we're going to do a little game with you guys where whoever wins and whoever you came with are going to be able to watch us side stage. We'll give you some fist bumps. You'll kind of get to see what it's like for the band to get ready. We have a pretty good time before we get on stage, and you'll be able to hang out with Christian, our guitar tech, who normally has alcohol with him, so I'm sure he'll try to provide you some shots if you're over 21.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I hear the bottles rattling around on the cases, Christian.
We know you too well.
All right, guys. Sorry. The way the game goes is they're going to ask you a question, and you're going to go to either side A or side B. If you get the answer right,